Hello there, it's me Rama, and I've compiled a custom version of the game engine where I've taken 14 nodes for setting the game.ini config variables, the ini files, the ini file. I've turned 14 nodes into just 2 by delving into the engine code and figuring out how to make a wildcard blueprint node. So the idea here is that I want to be able to save any variable type to my game.ini file so that the end user can edit it as a human readable file. So I'm going to open up my blueprint. So let's say I have a boolean and I want to get it because I want to save it to my config. So I connect it and see how it has my little check mark. So it says yes, you can save a boolean to your config file. That's pretty easy. Now if I say, okay, what about a linear color? Because, let's say you have a customization menu and you want the user to be able to edit the color from the ini file. Well, look, I support it. You can connect it now, see it turn blue, right? Well, let's make a new variable and let's use a float. Let's say you want to save some kind of scaling factor on the HUD maybe. So let's say this is your HUD scale. And again, you want this to be editable via config file because maybe they set it to be too big and they can't change it, so they can go into the config file and change it that way because they can't change it because they made the HUD impossible to view. So you put it in your config file. Look, it turned green. And let's say maybe you want to save a location and you want to get it. So you have this location. Let's say this is, I don't really know what this is. This is your happy location. And again, the point is you can edit these as human readable files. So I think we'll save the location. Alright, so we're going to save this location. Let's not overwrite butterflies. I'm keeping butterflies. Let's call this flowers. And now I can't save the blueprint unless I get rid of that because it's a wildcard. So notice it had this mutable type here, this wildcard. Now let's go in game. Now nothing's gonna show up in game because I was just saving. However, if I now go over to my hard drive, if I go to, I have to find it, C drive, and if I go to Git projects, if I go to saved, config, Windows, your game, this is your editable game ini file. Oh look! Oh yeah, I didn't give it a value, but it saved it, and it's definitely that. Let's give it a value. So blueprints, level blueprint. So the value for the default value is gonna be 3332211, right? Actually, let's make it obvious. Let's just change this to 4, right? So now let's save again. So we're gonna overwrite the same value of flowers again, and then exit, and then we're gonna head over to the config file. Is there a way to reload a notepad file? I actually don't know. Let's just open it this way. Look! It got updated, right? Well, now let's retrieve. Notice this says red, by the way, right? Red. Let's actually retrieve a value. So, on the other side of things, of mutable types, you can also, I have the getter. So you just typed in config, it shows up these two, and we're gonna get, and we want to do a print string, where the print string is going to show us the color both as text and as the actual color itself. So we're going to say linear color, right? ToString linear color. Now watch this. You see this result? What you connect this to determines what the config variable is going to get. So I connect this to linear color. It's turned blue, so it's going to be expecting the linear color. Linear color happens to be butterflies. So we're going to now get that, but the linear color can also be our text color, happily enough. So begin play, let's put in a delay just in case of some kind of starting lag. So we'll say 1 second. Sometimes you don't really see things right away. So let's go. Now let's go in game and watch the corner. Look, it's red, and it says red. Did you see that? See again. It's red and it says red. So we successfully saved that value to config. Now what about our other one? Well, how are we going to get that? That's our vector, right? So we drag off and we say vector. I want to say vector to string. So watch this carefully. This is so cool. So I take this and I switch it. Oh no, that turned into linear. So I disconnect it. Now it's wildcard again. Then I connect it. Look! Now it's whatever that color is. But we have to make sure the name matches. Because it's up to you. Because you could have multiple vectors. You have to indicate which one you're trying to retrieve. And oh, you know what? I don't think I connected that other node. Let's exit out and open level blueprint. Alright, so I have to actually say this. So joy, flowers, value this. Oh, aha! It went to, I think it went to black. Let's not use black. Let's use white. Over here, over here. Alright, I wonder how I'm doing on recording time here. So now press play, and look, there it is. Nice and yellow and visible. There it is. So that's wildcard. That's my wildcard config nodes. Under 10 minutes, I did it. Have fun today.